Hey guys, Beast from Beast Toys here coming at you this evening. Going to do an opening of a Commander Cody Lucasfilm 50th Archive Collection figure. This guy was going on the aftermarket, secondhand market, on eBay, whatnot, for well over $100 up until they had probably announced this guy back probably last fall, maybe fall of 2020. So he's very difficult to get at the time. He's kind of, if you ask me, he's the pioneer of the price going up on Black Series figures to 100 plus for a single. When you look back, if many of you have been in this for very long, then you would know or understand. If you haven't, it might be one of those, oh really, yeah, I didn't think of that. But yeah, you got a good point there, B. So he was the first guy to really eclipse $100, and since then we've got a handful of guys that are creeping up around there. I just noticed Archive Anakin, looked him up last night. I head back about shortly after those come out, got lucky and bought a case on eBay. Came from a guy, eBayer from St. Louis, which is hour and a half from where I live, roughly. And I got the case. The case it's got a smash in the corner, but none of the figures were damaged. It's a case fresh box, so to say. I pulled this guy out too last night, looking through. I'm going to do an opening on him, even though I have several of these. I wish I had more of this one in particular. I have tons of the Gaming Greats one, but I don't like it as much because it's got the barrel thing on the back. And anyway, but so back to this guy. Yeah, so he was a pioneer of Black Series figures, really the price going up on some of them, hard to find. After him, you got your first edition white box Mando, your San Diego SDCC 40th Luke, hit that high pretty quick. Boba Fett the next year, SDCC Boba Fett, which, if Hasbro had their head on straight sometimes, this gets me about being a Pulse Premium member, is even Pulse Premium members don't get those things. I could have got one for $25. Instead, I think I paid 70, and I ended up I've got 3 of them. I paid no more than 80 for either of them, but still, for what I paid for one, I got 3 for what I paid for one of those. I should have been able to get 3. You know what I mean? So anyway, but this guy, this was a kind of a highly anticipated. They highly voted on this guy. They let the fans do the vote for an archive, and this was the top vote getter. Surprisingly, some of the ones that came along with this, I expected different ones than what we got based off the vote. I guess they just took the top vote getter and went on about their way. I think Slave Leia was one that was way up there. I even voted for that one because honestly, that's one of the very few Black Series figures I do not have an open figure for, is a Slave Leia. I've already got this guy. I bought this actually today. Weather's been bad here. We got a bunch of snow, about a foot plus of snow dumped on us a couple days ago, so we've had no snow days and kids are out of school. So I've been home with the kids, and today's the first day I've got out of the house. I sold a couple things on eBay, just a couple small things, and then I had let my buyers know it would be a few days. They sold over the weekend. Today is Thursday, so I finally got out of the house and mailed those. My road where I live out in the country isn't quite clear, but once I made it to the highway, it was fine and into town. But anyway, I went to Walmart, and lo and behold, they had got 4 cases of these, or 2 cases, whatever. There's 4 of each, so they had Thrawn, Han, Luke, and then this guy. So I picked up a couple of Clone Commander Codys, and I picked up another Han, because the Han I got from Amazon came in the tab up here, was all, both of them. I ordered 2. I did an opening on one a while back. Got a video for it. You can check that out if you like. But my other one wasn't that great, so I picked up a new Han. May take, if I can find the other one, I boxed it up. If I can find the other one, I'm going to probably take it back and because I got at least one that's case fresh. They were hanging on the pegs. Looked like they hadn't sold one of these yet. So, but I don't think the toy aisle was highly trafficked this week because of the bad weather here. But anyway, so later on when I get to him, I know the tote that I have over behind me. I've got like 15 of these stacked totes, ornament totes that I have all my Black Series and Joe Classifieds in, and it's middle towards the bottom, so I'd have to move several, but I'm not going to do that right now. But because I'd like to compare him and see how much different he is. Personally, looking at his face, I think it looks a little bit different, better upgraded than the original one. I'll check it out once I put him up later on and kind of pick him up and look at him and see what we got. But anyway, so here's this. There have been, I'll show you the back while I'm speaking on that. There have been some reports of getting this, or is it Han with a Commander Cody, or a Commander Cody with a Han Hoth gear variant, as they're called. This part here. So I don't know. Call it a variant, just a factory defect. It's not a variant. Variant is something that they make that ends up you know, something to the effect of that's not packaging wise variant necessarily, or at least I don't consider packaging variants. That's an error. If you look at it in baseball cards, when I was younger and collected baseball cards, you didn't call that a variant, you called it an error. In these cases, you know, we'll say like the Commander Bly, you get tons that have the stripe down the nose part. That's, to me, is a variant. No doubt about it. To me, that's a variant. And if there's several of them made, then that's a good, to me, that's a good variant. It doesn't jack the price up of it, but at the same time, they're a little bit harder to find. So, looking at this guy, he does have the old, surprising on this, actually, has the old mold under the head. If you can see that, I'll try to show it. There is no helmet under there. Leaning back a little bit. He's got the swivel that you can see, and like on the Stormtroopers. So, no head under there. The helmet does look thicker and a little different than the other one. I'd really like to, I need to watch some videos on my own. I could do some head swap. I could open some of these and do some head swapping or something like that. I'd like to actually paint some, I'd like to get his yellow painted blue or a different color. So, oh well. You know, maybe my buddy will do that. I don't know if he can handle it. He's done a pretty good job on some other figures. So he's gave me a couple of customs. So he's made a few on some trades that we've done and sold them for good profit. So I'm just not good and very crafty with that. I have the idea up here, but I can't translate it from my hands to here and what I need. So anyway, of course, very cool figure like Commander Cody. Updated wise, how much different is it? I'm not sure without looking at the old one. I don't really handle him very much. Got him put up in my box, but these look, the feet part look back here looks a little different to me. He's got more of the clone look body wise, everything, except of course they added the visor. Now messing with this, I don't know that I couldn't actually take this visor off. It feels interesting. I might be able to take that visor off, and then might have to buy a couple more of these if I could find some more. I did get a couple extra. I don't know. I don't want to open a bunch though. Anyway, I'd be tempted to get rid of some of these little trinket parts of its helmet and make him look more like a regular clone trooper. Anyway, oh well. Just a thought, thinking out loud, talking while I'm looking, checking, running him over, or going over him. Turns good at the hips, elbows, the left one's pretty good, right one's a little tight, but not too bad. got about everything. Got that funky hitch in his wrist like a stormtrooper does, so that part I don't like. Oh well. But everything else seems to be in pretty good order. There we go. Give him I typically give him the blaster pistol, and there. Clone Commander's gonna get the old blaster rifle. Check the knees out. Knees are bending okay. Feet are okay. Check those. So, alright. So there he is, Commander Cody. Looks good. Can't wait to check the other one out. Found an interesting niche here with the visor. It's pushing it forward a little bit. It looks like it may just be slid on. I don't think that's painted underneath there, though. That's the only issue I would have with removing that. We're just going to remove it on video. We're going to maybe, see what I mean? Kind of looks funky. That digs into his helmet a little bit, so there he is without his visor. If he didn't have the indentions in the helmet there, he wouldn't look that bad with just his helmet. Oh well, I might take it back off and leave it off. I don't know. Kind of looks a little silly, but it is what it is. I'm gonna put it back on for now and give him back his Cody look. Anyway, so there's your Lucasfilm 50th Archive Collection Commander Cody High Demand. If I can get that back on, there we go. Highest demand vote getting figure. People were getting tired of paying 100 plus. There he is. See, and I get forgetful, and you get that with old age. Forgetful, and on that, if I finish that story about I was gonna say like the archive, this guy, and so I dug him out yesterday, and I found I have 2 Anakins, and I have two of each of the that archive line. That was wave 2 years ago. Anyway, with that case box I got, though, does have a tear in the box and a bad smashed corner, but the figures themselves and the packaging on the figures are fine. That I've kind of looked, because you can see inside of that anyway. That being said, so it looks like the new the Anakin from Episode 3 has climbed up significantly to $100 now on eBay. So, and I looked, and I'm like, man, I got 2 of him sitting there, and I got 2 in a box. So I've got 4 total, and I had another one about a year ago, and I sold it for like $18 or something on eBay plus shipping. So like $26 total. Head scratcher. You just don't know which ones are gonna jump up and which ones aren't sometimes. Like this, that's why I bought a couple extra of this guy today. I'm gonna put him back. I'm not saying that he's gonna jump up to 100 again, but you never know. If they don't put out enough of these, kind of like I said in my last video with the off-world Jawa, these are guys you should this is a guy like this you should mass produce. An off-world, or not in an off-world Jawa, but a guy like a Princess Leia figure, or a Rey figure, a Finn figure. Nobody really wants them, or they're not very popular. Your Jyn Erso. Jyn Erso's a great character. I love Jyn Erso. I love Rogue One. But do I want a bunch of different Jyn Ersos? No. Do I want a bunch of different Cassian Andors? No. I can take the regular look, and I can take the Edu look, and then that's it. I'm done. Same with Cassian on both of those. Princess Leia. I guess I want a Princess Leia of every look. I would like to get the Bespin gown, that tan one. I'm kind of waiting on that one. That would be nice to get. But beyond that, we're pretty good on Princess Leia. Rey, they made several Reys, but again, those are ones you can make exclusives, not produce as many, and you're probably going to sell the right amount. Who knows? They may become high demand because you didn't make that many. But, that's the good thing, though, about Hasbro. As I always say, they'll tend to repack several. So, again, this guy got a repack. Good deal. Glad to have him repacked. Like the new look. Can't wait to compare him up to the other one later on. We'll check that out some other time, but here he is. So, guys, hit that like and subscribe button if you want to watch more of my videos of openings and unboxings and toy hauls, and hit the like button, and I guess that's it for this guy. So, hey guys, thanks for watching on Bees from Bees Toys. We'll see you later.